The year was 1933. A charismatic but deeply troubled Adolf Hitler had just risen to power in Germany. He promised a new era of prosperity and national pride. Germany was still reeling from its defeat in World War I and the crippling economic depression that followed. Hitler knew he needed a symbol of German ingenuity, something to unite his people and showcase their strength. His solution was deceptively simple: a car. Not just any car, but a Volkswagen, literally, a people's car. Hitler envisioned a car for everyone, not just the wealthy elite. It was a bold promise. At that time, car ownership was a luxury few Germans could afford. The people's car was to be affordable, reliable, and accessible to the average German family. It was a powerful propaganda tool, promising mobility, freedom, and a taste of the good life under the Nazi regime. Hitler's vision for the car was clear. It had to be practical, affordable, and distinctly German. But this was more than just about building a car. It was about building a narrative. The Volkswagen was to be a symbol of a resurgent Germany, a testament to the nation's technical prowess and Hitler's own grand vision. It was a promise on paper, a dream sold to a nation hungry for hope and progress. Little did anyone know then, this dream would have far-reaching consequences, shaping not just the automotive landscape, but also entwining itself with the dark history of World War II. Enter Ferdinand Porsche, a brilliant but often controversial automotive engineer. Porsche already had a formidable reputation, having designed luxury cars for the likes of Austro-Daimler and Mercedes-Benz. Hitler saw in Porsche the perfect candidate to bring his vision of the people's car to life. He entrusted him with the task of designing a car that was both technically innovative and aesthetically pleasing. Porsche rose to the challenge, pouring his expertise into creating what would become one of the most iconic cars in history, the Volkswagen Beetle. Porsche's design was revolutionary for its time. He opted for a rear-engined, air-cooled design, a departure from the conventional water-cooled engines prevalent then. This unconventional layout offered several advantages. It freed up space in the front, resulting in a surprisingly spacious cabin for a car of its size. The air-cooled engine was simpler, cheaper to produce, and less prone to freezing in cold weather, a crucial consideration for the German climate. The Beetle's design was also inherently functional. Its distinctive rounded shape, often likened to a beetle, hence the nickname, was not just for aesthetics. The curved bodywork provided surprising strength and rigidity, despite its small size. Its aerodynamic design, unusual for its time, contributed to better fuel efficiency. Every element of the Beetle was meticulously thought out, a testament to Porsche's engineering genius. The Beetle was more than just a car, it was an embodiment of function dictating form. As the 1930s progressed, war loomed over Europe. Hitler's ambitions grew, and the Nazi war machine geared up. The Volkswagen factory was drawn into the conflict. Production shifted to military vehicles for the war effort. The dream of affordable cars was replaced by war realities. The factory produced the Kubelwagen, used by the German army. The Beetle's design proved invaluable for military use. The Kubelwagen was reliable on European and North African battlefields. Volkswagen's wartime role is a dark chapter in its history. The factory transformed from a symbol of peace to a tool of war. This role later became a source of controversy. It reminds us how technology can be co-opted for war. Ferdinand Porsche was not just an engineer, he was a visionary. Born in 1875, Porsche's fascination with automobiles began in his youth. His work on electric and hybrid vehicles was ahead of its time. He was the mastermind behind the legendary Mercedes-Benz SSK. Porsche believed everyone should have access to automobiles. This belief led to the creation of the Volkswagen Beetle. Section 2 form following function, the genius of the Beetle's design. The design brief for the Volkswagen was deceptively simple: create a car that is affordable, reliable, and easy to maintain. It had to be fuel-efficient, capable of carrying 2 adults and 3 children comfortably, and able to cruise at speeds up to 100 kilometers per hour. These seemingly straightforward requirements presented a unique set of engineering challenges, requiring innovative solutions and a departure from conventional automobile design. Porsche, with his characteristic ingenuity, embraced these constraints, turning limitations into opportunities. He opted for a rear-engine, rear-wheel drive layout, an unusual configuration at the time. This decision, though unconventional, offered several advantages. It allowed for a more compact design with a spacious cabin, maximizing passenger space despite the car's small footprint. The elimination of a bulky driveshaft running the length of the car further enhanced interior room and simplified the vehicle's mechanics. The choice of an air-cooled engine, another unconventional decision, was driven by both practicality and cost considerations. Air-cooled engines, while less efficient in terms of performance, were significantly cheaper to produce and simpler to maintain. They were also less prone to freezing in cold weather, a crucial consideration for the German climate. The engine, a small but robust 4-cylinder unit, was designed for durability and reliability, key factors for a car intended for the masses. This combination of innovative design choices, driven by a focus on functionality and affordability, laid the foundation for the Beetle's enduring success. Section 3. A factory is born, from drawings to reality in Fallersleben. The Volkswagen factory was built in Fallersleben near Wolfsburg, northern Germany. Hitler envisioned a grand facility for the People's Car Project. The site offered space for expansion and was near major transportation routes. Thousands of workers were recruited, driven by national pride and employment. The factory was a model of efficiency and a symbol of Germany's industrial might. Section 4. A dream deferred. The war arrives at Volkswagen's doorstep. The Volkswagen factory, a beacon of hope, faced the storm clouds of war. In 1939, Europe plunged into World War II. The Volkswagen project was repurposed for military production. The dream of affordable cars was replaced by the Kubelwagen. The factory's transformation marked a dark turn of events. With the outbreak of World War II, the Volkswagen factory in Fallersleben underwent a rapid and dramatic transformation. Gone were the dreams of producing affordable cars for the masses. In their place came the urgent demands of a nation at war. The factory, with its state-of-the-art facilities and skilled workforce, became an integral part of the Nazi war machine, churning out military vehicles that would see action on multiple fronts. The most iconic of these vehicles was the Kubelwagen, a light military vehicle that became synonymous with the German army's mobility in World War II. Designed by Ferdinand Porsche himself, the Kubelwagen shared many of the Beetle's design principles, including its rear engine, rear-wheel drive layout, and its robust air-cooled engine. This design proved remarkably adaptable to the rigors of military use, giving the Kubelwagen impressive off-road capabilities and a reputation for reliability in challenging conditions. Deployed across a variety of battlefields, from the deserts of North Africa to the forests of Eastern Europe, the Kubelwagen served a multitude of roles for the German army. It could be found transporting troops, carrying out reconnaissance missions, and even acting as a mobile machine gun platform. Its versatility, coupled with its ease of maintenance, made it an invaluable asset for the Wehrmacht, earning it a place alongside the Jeep as one of the most recognizable military vehicles of the war. The Volkswagen factory's contribution to the German war effort extended far beyond the production of the Kubelwagen. The factory's facilities were also used to manufacture other military vehicles, including the Schwimmwagen, an amphibious four-wheel drive vehicle that could navigate both land and water. This unique vehicle, also designed by Porsche, proved particularly useful on the Eastern Front, where its ability to cross rivers and marshes gave the German army a tactical advantage. In addition to vehicles, the Volkswagen factory also produced a range of military equipment, including aircraft parts and munitions. This diversification of production highlighted the factory's importance to the Nazi war effort and the adaptability of its workforce. The factory became a vital cog in the German war machine, supplying the front lines with everything from vehicles and weapons to spare parts and supplies. This period was a dark chapter in Volkswagen's history, one that the company would later grapple with as it sought to rebuild its image in the post-war era. The factory's involvement in the war effort, while undeniable, was a complex issue, with many of its workers forced into service by the Nazi regime. Nevertheless, the Volkswagen factory's role in producing vehicles and equipment used by the German military during World War II remains a sensitive and controversial aspect of the company's past. As the war progressed, and the tide began to turn against Germany, the Volkswagen factory in Fallersleben became a target for Allied bombing raids. The factory's strategic importance as a center of military production made it a prime target, and the skies above Fallersleben were soon filled with the roar of Allied bombers. The factory suffered significant damage in these raids, with entire production lines destroyed and many workers killed or injured. Despite the constant threat of air raids and the dwindling availability of raw materials, the Volkswagen factory continued to operate, a testament to the resilience of its workforce and the determination of the Nazi regime to maintain production. Workers, many of whom were women and forced laborers from occupied countries, toiled under increasingly dangerous and difficult conditions. The factory became a microcosm of the war itself, a place where survival and the relentless pursuit of production took precedence over all else. By the time World War II came to an end in 1945, the Volkswagen factory lay in ruins, a casualty of the relentless Allied bombing campaign and a symbol of Germany's defeat. The factory's future, like that of Germany itself, was uncertain. The once proud symbol of Hitler's ambition had been transformed into a stark reminder of the war's devastation. Yet, amidst the rubble and the ashes, the seeds of the company's remarkable rebirth were already being sown. With Germany occupied and its future uncertain, the Volkswagen factory could have easily been abandoned, left to decay as a monument to the war's folly. However, fate had other plans for the factory and for the iconic car it was destined to produce. In the chaotic aftermath of the war, as Europe struggled to rebuild, the Volkswagen factory found itself under the control of the British Army, who recognized the potential value of the facility and the skills of its workforce. Under British supervision, production at the factory slowly resumed, initially focusing on repairing military vehicles and producing basic goods needed in the post-war reconstruction effort. The Beetle, once a symbol of Hitler's Germany, was about to embark on an improbable journey that would see it transformed into a global icon, a symbol of peace, freedom, and the enduring appeal of the open road. The year is 1945. Germany lay defeated and occupied. Amidst the ruins, hope emerged at the bombed Volkswagen factory in Wolfsburg. Major Ivan Hurst saw potential in the rubble. He believed the Beetle could mobilize Europe. Hurst's vision was ambitious but determined. Under Hurst's leadership, the Volkswagen factory began to stir back to life. The task was daunting. The factory had been heavily damaged by Allied bombing, its buildings scarred, and its equipment looted or destroyed. The workforce, depleted by the war, was hesitant, uncertain of what the future held. But Hurst, with his infectious enthusiasm and unwavering belief in the project, rallied the workers, inspiring them with a sense of purpose that transcended the factory floor. The initial focus was on repairing the factory and restarting production, albeit on a limited scale. The first vehicles to roll off the production line were not the sleek civilian Beetles that Ferdinand Porsche had envisioned, but rather refurbished Kubelwagens, the sturdy military vehicles that had proven their worth on the battlefields of Europe. These refurbished vehicles, a testament to the factory's resilience, were put to work in the reconstruction effort, clearing rubble and transporting supplies. As production slowly ramped up, attention turned to reviving the Beetle, the car that had been sidelined by the war, but never forgotten. Hearst recognized the Beetle's potential as more than just a car. It could be a symbol of hope, a tangible representation of Germany's ability to rebuild and contribute to a new era of peace and prosperity. He believed that the Beetle, with its affordability, reliability, and unique design, could capture the imagination of a world weary of war. The first post-war Beetles were rudimentary utilitarian vehicles, a far cry from the mass-produced icons they would later become. But they represented a new beginning, a symbol of Germany's determination to rise from the ashes. As these early Beetles began to appear on the roads of Europe, they were met with curiosity, then admiration, and finally a surge of demand that would forever alter the course of Volkswagen's history. The Beetle, once a symbol of Nazi ambition, was about to become a global phenomenon, a testament to the enduring power of human ingenuity and the resilience of the human spirit. Section 3. Building a global brand, exports and the rise of Volkswagen work. As the 1950s dawned, Wolfsburg transformed. The Volkswagen factory, once a symbol of defeat, was now thriving. Under British leadership, the factory exceeded expectations. The Beetle, once Hitler's car, captured global imagination. Demand soared and Europe, recovering from war, embraced it. Hearst expanded production, targeting exports. This decision laid the foundation for Volkswagen's global expansion. The Beetle became a global brand symbolizing post-war recovery. Section 4. Beyond the Beetle, expanding the horizons with new models. While the Beetle remained Volkswagen's heart, the company needed to diversify for long-term success. Under CEO Heinz Nordhoff, Volkswagen aimed to shed its one-car image. In 1961, Volkswagen introduced the Type 3, offering more space and modern design. The Type 3 was a commercial success, proving Volkswagen's ability to innovate. In 1968, the Volkswagen 411 aimed to compete with Opel and Ford. These efforts were essential for Volkswagen's growth, showing its willingness to innovate. Section 5. The People's Car, Worldwide Volkswagen's Global Expansion. The 1960s and 1970s witnessed the true globalization of the Volkswagen brand. The Beetle became a global icon, its shape recognizable worldwide. Volkswagen's global expansion included production facilities and dealerships worldwide. A significant milestone was the establishment of its first overseas production facility in Brazil in 1953. This marked the beginning of a successful relationship between Volkswagen and Brazil. Volkswagen's local manufacturing in Brazil showed its commitment to local markets. Volkswagen's expansion wasn't limited to emerging markets. The company made significant inroads in North America. The Beetle's fuel efficiency captured American consumers during the 1970s fuel crises. Volkswagen's success in North America showed its adaptability and strong brand identity. By the end of the 1970s, Volkswagen was a global automotive powerhouse. From its controversial beginnings to a global icon, Volkswagen's journey is a testament to its enduring appeal and adaptability. The dawn of a new era, saying goodbye to the Beetle. By the early 70s, Volkswagen faced a dilemma. The Beetle, once innovative, was becoming outdated. Its rear-engine design struggled with emission standards. Volkswagen needed a new car for a new era. The answer was the Volkswagen Golf. Could it escape the Beetle's shadow? Yes. A Golf changes the game, revolutionizing the hatchback. The Volkswagen Golf was more than just a new car, it was a revolution. Its arrival in 1974 redefined the compact car segment. The Golf's front-wheel drive layout and transversely mounted engine freed up interior space. Its hatchback design offered a level of practicality that was unheard of in its class. But the Golf's appeal extended far beyond its practicality. It was also a joy to drive, with its responsive handling and peppy engine. Volkswagen created a car that was both practical and fun, resonating with a generation of car buyers. The Golf's success was immediate and overwhelming. It quickly became a bestseller in Europe, surpassing even the Beetle in popularity. Volkswagen introduced a range of variants to appeal to a wider audience. There was a diesel-powered Golf for the economy-minded, a spacious estate version for families, and most famously, the Golf GTI, a performance-oriented hatchback that would go on to define the hot hatch segment. The Golf GTI, launched in 1976, was a revelation. With its powerful engine, sporty suspension, and iconic checked pattern upholstery, the GTI injected a much-needed dose of excitement into the hatchback segment. It was a car that could be driven enthusiastically on a winding road, yet still fulfill the practical duties of a daily driver. The GTI became an instant icon, a cult classic that cemented the Golf's reputation as a car that could do it all. From Passat to Polo diversification and market domination, the Golf's success fueled Volkswagen's expansion into new segments. Diversification reduced reliance on the Beetle, broadening appeal. The Passat and Polo became key models, driving growth. The early 21st century brought new challenges and controversies for Volkswagen. In 2015, the EPA accused Volkswagen of using illegal software to cheat emissions tests, leading to the Dieselgate scandal. The scandal tarnished Volkswagen's reputation, resulting in billions in fines and accelerating the shift to electric vehicles. Dieselgate was a painful lesson in integrity and responsibility for Volkswagen. The Dieselgate scandal of 2015 was a seismic event for Volkswagen. It shook the company to its core, exposing flaws in its corporate culture and commitment to ethics. The scandal tarnished Volkswagen's reputation, eroded consumer trust, and resulted in billions in fines. Volkswagen's response was swift and comprehensive. The company issued a public apology and launched a massive recall program. It replaced key executives and implemented stricter compliance programs. Rebuilding trust required a fundamental shift in corporate culture. Volkswagen emphasized ethical decision-making and open communication. The Dieselgate scandal accelerated Volkswagen's transition to a sustainable future. Recognizing the industry's transformation, Volkswagen embraced electric mobility as the future. In 2016, Volkswagen unveiled its ambitious Roadmap E strategy. The plan included massive investments in EV platforms, battery factories, and charging infrastructure. Volkswagen's commitment to electric mobility is clear. The company aims to sell millions of electric vehicles annually by mid-decade. Volkswagen has launched models like the ID.3, ID.4, and ID Buzz. These models offer range, performance, and affordability in the growing EV market. Section 3. Driving into tomorrow. Volkswagen's position in the global automotive landscape. Volkswagen is at a crossroads, grappling with Dieselgate while embracing an electric future. The company aims to lead in electric mobility with massive investments. Volkswagen remains a global automotive giant with a diverse brand portfolio. Its brands, including Audi and Porsche, perform well in key markets. The industry is evolving, driven by technology and sustainability. Volkswagen is well positioned to navigate this landscape, investing in electric mobility, autonomous driving, and connectivity. Success depends on executing its strategy and rebuilding trust. Volkswagen's legacy is being rewritten for a sustainable future. Section 1. The legacy of the people's car, from humble beginnings to global icon. The Volkswagen story is one of innovation, resilience, and enduring appeal. From its controversial origins to a global giant, Volkswagen has navigated triumph and tragedy. The Beetle remains an iconic and beloved vehicle, capturing hearts worldwide. Its design, affordability, and durability made it a symbol of peace and freedom. The Beetle's legacy established Volkswagen as a major automotive force. From the Beetle to the ID.4, Volkswagen embraces innovation and new ideas. Section 2. Steering through turbulence. Volkswagen's lessons in resilience and responsibility. Volkswagen's history includes dark chapters from its Nazi origins to the Dieselgate scandal. These crises forced Volkswagen to confront its past and reform its corporate culture. The Dieselgate scandal was a turning point, leading to sweeping reforms. Volkswagen emerged stronger, committed to ethical conduct and sustainability. Section 3. Volkswagen on the road ahead, navigating the future of mobility. Volkswagen is embracing the future with electric vehicles, autonomous driving, and connected car technologies. The Roadmap E strategy aims to make Volkswagen a leader in electric mobility, investing billions in EV platforms, battery factories, and charging infrastructure. Volkswagen's journey is marked by innovation and a commitment to sustainability.